incompetence in that office already.
Don't rush. We are in control.
Let me tell you a little.
And some other people now, they have started fearing us that these people of ACFODE got the training of the ACFODE. They're really following us seriously.
It's 9:30 a.m. at Kole District Headquarters. Councillors crisscrossing the compound as they plot for what is on the order paper. The district speaker, Fred Okulo, rings the bell for the council members to convene. Satisfied with the quorum, the speaker sets the ball rolling.
This business of shouting, pointing fingers seriously at somebody is not there. You just talk points and you sit down.
The councillors begin to deliberate on issues that affect their electorate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker of the Great Council of Kole. Mr. Speaker, it is really very important that members of the executive, they are trying actually to undermine the integrity of this council.
We council being supreme, we should have a say over the executives. That the executive really, they don't know their roles and responsibilities. And there is a lot of incompetence in that office already.
Critical to note here is how they promote key aspects of good governance and gender accountability. Action for Development, with funding from Diakonia, implemented a project promoting gender accountability and good governance at the local government level in Lango sub-region.
This project's main objectives were three. One, we wanted to promote and ensure that the elected leaders were able to know their roles and responsibilities as elected leaders. Two, wanted to see that there was an established mechanism of promoting good governance and accountability at the local level. And three, wanted to see an empowered citizenry that would be able to hold their leaders accountable.
I must first of all begin by appreciating the intervention of ACFODE. I must say without the intervention of ACFODE, even I for one, I wouldn't be exactly what I am. But I'm now very proud and I boldly speak about ACFODE and what it made me, the mentorship it gave me, that it has really elevated me from where I was to another level. ACFODE, in fact, it has mentored, it has built the self-confidence in me, and above all, it has really given me an open ground of accountability to my electorate.
The district speaker, Fred Okulo, who is also a beneficiary of ACFODE training, says female councillors can now articulate issues even more than their male colleagues.
When we first came for this term, they were not performing. But immediately ACFODE came in, they started picking up very fast, and it made my work very easy.
In the neighboring district of Oyam, the female councillors are also taking charge of the district affairs. Stella Anyango, a female councillor representing Oyam Town Council, believes the women are slowly taking a good share of leadership at the district as opposed to the past before ACFODE training.
Our capacity has been built through that training, that we can now deliberate even better in council without shying down, saying that I'm just a mere woman, I cannot talk.
Because of the ACFODE training, the councillors were capable of demanding for a properly constituted Public Accounts Committee and District Service Commission.
In the board of District Service Commission, we had all the men as commissioners. But then when the training was conducted, members came back and realized that there was need to have a women representation. And as we talk now, we have one woman that is representing women in the district, Service Commission, as well as the district park.
In Apac district, the women are also on the move.
ACFODE has empowered women a lot, because as a training that we got from ACFODE, you find that in our council, these days we are happy because we know how to lobby as women in the council.
Out of ACFODE's intervention, the local governments in the project area have started gender mainstreaming in their budgets. This targets women, persons with disabilities and the youth.
Yes, in budgeting, we are on the ground, right from the sub-county. We have women who are also members who have a hand in passing out this work plan and then the budget. If their issues are not captured, then they defer that budget or that work plan back.
The civil society in the project area of Kole, Oyam and Apac was fragmented with no frameworks for effective networking to share experiences and best practices. After several trainings and initiatives, the civil society actors have been empowered to play their role so that they can strengthen the voices of the poor, coordinate coalitions to advocate for gender accountability and good governance.
ACFODE has built my capacity in the sense that they call us and they train us how to conduct civic education at the grassroots level. So after the training, we came back here and we conducted civic education with the community around.
Rashid Awal, a civil society actor in Kole, says they have sensitized a number of people about human rights.
After getting the empowerment from ACFODE, we were able to train the community on the basis of the gender-based violence, the good governance and accountability, gender and gender accountability, political pluralism representation, and human rights.
Before our intervention, the citizens had a lot of apathy. One, they also didn't know that as citizens they had a role to play in promoting good governance and promoting gender. There were also challenges of domestic violence, and there were also a lot of human rights violation. But most important, they were also not aware of what they could do in case they had challenges with the service delivery at their community level.
Gender-based violence is a humiliating act to the victims. In this part of the country, women are battered by their husbands. Betty is one of the women in Ariel sub-county in Kole district that has gone through this humiliation. Civil society members of Ariel met her and discussed how she could possibly end her husband's violence. According to Rashid, because of ACFODE's intervention, the case of gender-based violence in Ariel sub-county has reduced drastically.
We wanted them to come up with the issues affecting them. Then we polish with the knowledge we acquired from ACFODE.
ACFODE's empowerment of the civil society and eventually the communities at the local level has been critical in enhancing the capacities of local communities to hold those in leadership to account and claim for their rights for better services.
As I talk, the citizens have been empowered. They are actually now championing change within their communities. One, they have been able to halt services that are being not done properly. They have been able to question the elected leaders who do not deliver on their mandate. They have also been able to champion the promotion of rights of both men, women, and children. But they are also championing gender work at community level. In fact, for us at ACFODE, we call them champions of gender equality and good governance at community level.
Before ACFODE came in, we were blind. So when ACFODE came, it opened up our eyes. For example, when the contractor gets a contract of building schools, health centers, roads, we go and see to it that the first thing we ask the BOQ. When we ask for the BOQ, we said how much money you are going to build this road, how much money you are going to build this health center. And this should produce. But before the ACFODE, we were very green about the government project. But now we are doing it like that. And some other people now, they have started fearing us about this, that these people of ACFODE got the training of the ACFODE. They're really following us seriously. Why? So they had the knowledge now.
This health center in Oyam district lacked staff to treat patients. The few who were available were rude and were absenting themselves frequently. The community members cried foul, and now the health center is running efficiently. In Ibuja sub-county in Apac district, boreholes had all broken down and the women were trekking long distances to fetch water. The members also cited poor management of the water sources. The community tasked their leaders to repair all the boreholes and they reshuffled the management of these water points. The new administration was entrusted to women. The eve of corruption and poor management had plagued the schools in Apac district. The School Management Committee of Boke Primary School misappropriated over 13 million shillings that the parents had collected as Parents and Teachers Association money to help in the running of the school.
The one which was mismanaged was collected for about 5 years and no work was done with this money and the money was lost. I recovered only 500,000 out of 13 million. Yeah, now 12.5 is still in the air, and the headmaster himself, who is concerned, is now in the hospital. He is in Mulago, but we are still on his neck because he's the one who is concerned with our money.
In Oyam district, parents of Anoto Child Primary School in Loro Sub-County passed an ordinance that pupils found going to gardens or to the market during class time, their parents would be charged a fee of 50,000 shillings.
There was actually cases of absenteeism. They came up with a resolution that any parents who is caught actually going with a child, with his or her own child to the garden or taking the child to the market will be charged 50,000 shillings.
The parents also urged their leaders that the head teacher of the school then be transferred from the school since he was perpetually absent.
We used to have an head teacher who used to absent himself from the school compound to carry out his border activity. We wrote a letter to the office of the DO requesting him to give us a new head teacher, and probably he sent for us that head teacher, and is even now doing a commendable job.
For this project to continue and sustain the gains that have already been made, the citizens have pledged that they will continue engaging with the local leaders. They have also promised and pledged that they will ensure that they use their power to ensure that they are not going to vote for those leaders that have not delivered on their mandate. The results that have been achieved within just 3 years are enough to show that much more can be obtained if we are given more support.